Fair, spoiler-free reviews of the newest films. Vaughn on Movies.
Brought to you by YoDigito.com. Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson return in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This time it's all-out war in the wizarding world as Harry and friends seek to finish the fight against the evil Lord Voldemort by finding and destroying the 3 remaining Horcruxes. Well, it's about time!
The world's toughest movie critic.
You know what? There's really not a lot to say that I didn't already cover in my review of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. That's because when you split a book up into 2 movies, you probably end up with the first one being a little confusing, and then the second one, if you're lucky, gets to redeem it. And that's your case here. Throughout the first maybe hour and a half, I was just thinking WTF in every which direction. Why is that sword disappearing? Who are these people? Okay, so why didn't they just fly? Oh, so now magic has a force field. Oh, but if he has that one, he can take down the force field. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. This is the problem when every character in your movie is a freaking wizard. No one can get trapped or isolated or really feel like the chips are down. There's always some kind of weird redemption. Now, I'm not familiar with the books because I'm in my mid-20s and I'm a dude. But even that, I mean, this is just not a kid's movie, people. It's rated PG-13 in a similar manner of The Dark Knight, where pretty much everything that can happen to someone does. You better watch out, kiddies. Now, fortunately, things do turn around thanks to our old friend, Deus Ex Machina. Harry looks through this portal thing that I think I've seen a couple times, but I just don't remember because I'm not a scholar in Harry Potter. Point is, he gets a look at the past, and this flashback really turns the movie around, explaining a lot. And if you stick with it, you find some surprises at the end. You might even find yourself holding back some tears. Before I give out my final score, I have to give a shout out to Walt New from Cartoon Network's Adult Swim for answering this week's Pop Quiz Hotshot Trivia question. If you want to win a shout out, follow me on Twitter at Vaughn on Movies, then be the first to answer the trivia question, posted Monday, 6 p.m. Central Time. Now, the special effects are, of course, grand, and they're in 3D this time. And I may be mistaken, but I believe this is a post-production 3D movie. Not the kind like James Cameron's bringing in fancy camera sort of stuff. More like, let's fix this afterwards and charge people more money. There were some shots that looked 3D-ish. Most of them involved titles and some particle effects. So if that's your thing, go ahead and pay more money. Of course, I saw it in 3D because I had no choice and now I have a headache. I cannot stress this next point enough, folks. I do not condone the splitting of a final chapter into 2 films. All it is an epic cash grab. We know that Twilight Saga is already doing this. We have to stop it there. On its own, Deathly Hallows Part 2 does not make a lick of sense. You cannot figure out anything going on in this movie at all. I suppose that if we are to allow one movie to not stand on its own, it may just be Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I give it 3 stars. I'll see you guys next time.